Welcome back to the Terri Mitchell Show. Terri, a new addition to your staff, well, I guess an oldie but goodie. Angel Robinson has joined you this season.
It's been fantastic. I mean, obviously, when she went over to Turkey, we thought that'd be a good thing. It wasn't such a good thing, so she came back. Great thing is she's finishing her degree. She's been able to rehab because she's had some back issues, and we're benefiting from all her knowledge. So it's actually ended up being a fantastic thing for us.
Well, I had a chance to sit down with Angel. Take a look. I'm now joined by a very familiar face to the Marquette women's basketball family, Angel Robinson. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
It's so good to see you in a different role here now, not as a student athlete, but you're an undergraduate assistant here at Marquette. But before we get to all that, talk about the draft. That's what's so exciting. Talk about your experience last year in the WNBA draft. Where were you that day? Just tell me all about it.
Man, the year went by really quick. I mean, I was just with, my Marquette family, mainly the coaches. And I was trying to avoid it as much as possible, but I was already in the office, and they just said, "Come on in here and join me," So I just felt like I was at home with my regular family. I mean, I was at the Al McGuire with the coaches, just watching, each draft pick, and as it got the counted down, I was just, waiting for my name to be called.
Now, you initially first were drafted by the Liberty, then you went to Minnesota. Talk about that experience. Did you go to New York? Do you get a call? How does that process work?
I didn't go to New York at all. I mean, I was just pretty much waiting for my agents to call back. And there was already talk about me going back home to Minnesota to the Lynx, and that's exactly what happened. Literally, I would say about 15 minutes after I got drafted to the New York Liberty. Okay. And you had a chance to practice with Minnesota. How was the practice any different? Now, these are professional women. They get paid to do this. Yes.
How was that experience?
It definitely was a culture shock, going from college to a professional league and playing with all the great guards that I got a chance to play with there. I mean, 4 of those guards are on the USA Olympic team, this coming Olympics. So, I mean, I learned so much in the month and few weeks I was there with them. I learned a lot about the game and how tough you have to be mentally, and really have to be fit is the main thing. Like, you have to be fit to be able to hang with those girls. Yeah.
Now, when you're practicing, I know Terri, she'll do a whole practice on just conditioning. Does that happen at the WNBA level, or is it up to you as an individual to get yourself in shape?
It's kind of both, 50-50. I know it's a lot less lifting. I mean, if you want to bulk up and stay strong, you got to pretty much do extra on your own. But it was pretty much just hitting concepts a lot. I mean, I was learning like 5 plays a day, and then the next day is a new 5 plays, So, I mean, everything's just really fast-paced. It was definitely, that was the hardest transition part from college. At least in college, you could keep hitting those same concepts for a week or two before you move on, but it's not like that at all.
Now, after your stint in Minnesota, you went overseas for a little bit. Now that's a totally different experience as well, culturally, I bet.
Yes. Talk about culture shock. I mean, being around thousands of people that didn't know how to speak English. I mean, I was going from like being in the U.S. to seeing how I was in Turkey. I was in a poor part of Turkey, so it really just kind of opened my eyes to really see like people still living the way they do. It's 2012, so it was a good experience. Unfortunately, I kind of took myself out of a bad situation and, came back to the States. So
now you're back here at the States. You're an undergraduate student assistant on Terri's squad. How's that been?
It's been amazing. I'm so thankful that, they allowed me to come back and be part of the team, on the other side of it. I do miss being a player. Man, I just, want to get on that court so bad right now, especially knowing that, I'm kind of like in the process of rehabbing myself. So, I mean, being on this other side is great for me because, I love the game so much. And if I could be around it one way or another, I would, this would be the perfect time to stay.
Well, talk about your relationship with Terri. We all have a certain relationship, a certain love for her when you're playing, and then another kind of relationship post your Marquette career. How has that changed?
Honestly, it hasn't changed much at all. I mean, Terri is a good woman. She respects all her players, and she cares about her players on and off the floor. And she kind of, she treats me the same way as if I was a player still. She's making sure that everything's going well in my life, and you know, if she feels the need to, I'm pretty sure, like, when I came back from overseas, like, I started practicing with him, she would still correct me as a player. Like, if she was still coaching me, like, Angel, you're fading. Like, go straight up, square your shoulders when you're shooting layups, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, like, when I get back training, that she's going to be the same person she is now to me as a part of her staff.
What are some of the biggest changes now that you're in the real world, as we say, from the comforts of Humphrey Hall and Marquette University?
I mean, it's definitely a lot more on your mind, a lot more stress. You know, I see, not that I had never seen it from a coach's perspective before, but I definitely feel from being a player that it's definitely more stressful on the coach's side.
Oh,
yeah, more responsibility, and the same thing in the real world. I mean, you know, all I have right now is just, you know, I'm trying to finish my degree, and it's just like pondering in my mind, like, well, what's next for me? You know, what, I got to get this done. I got to feel better, you know, to be able to accomplish the rest of my goals, you know, so.
So you have to finish school, you're rehabbing. What does the future hold for you? Is there coaching in your future? You want to continue playing?
Coaching is a possibility. I know I spoke to Terri about it, you know, a few times about, you know, coaching, sticking around and coaching, but I don't know. I'm really good with just one-on-one training, you know, going through individuals with people. I'm really good with stuff like that. I'm trying to become a better coach. I'm learning the game a lot better, so I'm becoming a smarter player. But hopefully I'm looking to get back into playing in the WNBA and going back overseas next fall, so we'll see.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you on the court soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.